Hello everybody, it's Starrapter here, and welcome to my spoiler-filled review for Star Wars Rebels Season 4, Episodes 12 and 13, Wolves and Adore, as well as A World Between Worlds. So let's get into Wolves and Adore. So this is all about the Rebels going back to that temple on Lothal after Ezra was led there by the Wolves, and by the end of the episode, Ezra does in fact find a way into the temple. So getting into the things I liked about this episode. First off, I liked seeing Chopper getting snatched up by that wolf. That to me just added a lot of comedy relief. And as they were traveling to the actual portal, I thought there was a lot of great animation, just a lot of great shots, and then especially when they are going into that like hyperspace kind of mode with the wolves, similar to what they do with the Purgles. That was really neat to me, and especially hearing like Kanan and seeing some bits of imagery there with Kanan was just very emotional for me. I also really enjoyed the homage to Raiders of the Lost Ark in this episode. You have the Empire that is, positioned around this ancient kind of place, trying to, excavate and everything. It really gave me Raiders of the Lost Ark vibes. I also did enjoy seeing that one moment when Hera actually kind of envisions Kanan behind her, kind of touching her shoulder as a ghost, and you kind of see her the rest of this episode as well as the next episode kind of constantly holding this part of her shoulder as if he was having his hand on her shoulder to guide her, to give her strength. I really enjoyed that. And I finally also enjoyed the animation as when the door was starting to open with the images of Mortis from the Clone Wars. You actually see like these really cool images, sort of like how they had with the old Mandalorians back in Season 3. Last season they also had that little image of the Mandalorian there doing that kind of thing. Okay, so talking about the next episode, A World Between Worlds. This episode totally blew my mind. We haven't seen anything quite like this in Star Wars. We have Ezra going through this doorway and ending up in this other plane of existence where you can hear the voices of all the different Jedi throughout the years. Anyway, he goes through this thing. He saves Ahsoka Tano by pulling her through this kind of gateway, which was crazy. Then you have Palpatine trying to get both of them, and they escape and they block off the temple, and it disappears from existence of everything, and that's how the episode ends. So let's talk about everything that I enjoyed about this episode, which was pretty much a lot of things. So first off, seeing that or hearing that dialogue, right, from Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn and Leia, and it's just crazy because where Ezra goes, it doesn't pertain to time. So things that are happening in the future are replaying for him, and he's not really understanding what's going on. He's hearing Kanan and all these different things, and it's just a great tie to the rest of the Star Wars universe. Rebels is doing a great job and has done a great job of really connecting between the movies and the comics and some of the books and everything like that, and this is just an epitome of that. And wow, I want to get into this whole thing about Ahsoka, because last episode, or the last two episodes, was very, depressing for the most part, and now we get Ahsoka pretty much back, and it's like this huge uplifting moment where it's like, how is this possible? Because at the end of Season 2, we're all left to believe that she's pretty much dead. I mean, she's walking off in the distance. Hey, that could have been a vision. But no, that's literally her actually running through the portal when they separate. And she says that she's going to meet up with Ezra again. So it's like all this crazy stuff is going on. Like, what is going on? And we have that link to her and the little condor or convor or whatever it's called. So that was in there. And it's just, I'm so happy that we get Ahsoka back. It's unbelievable how he's actually able to pull her through the portal. It reminds me of something like maybe like Doctor Who or something with this like whole timey-wimey thing. And getting into more of Kanan and how he was actually mentioned about being that Wolf Doom that was in the last or 2 episodes ago, where basically Kanan become one with the living force, sort of like Qui-Gon Jinn or like Yoda, or like any of these wise Jedi Masters. He happens to become Doom, who ends up leading Kanan to the temple to begin with to basically close this thing off from the Emperor, I guess, because I'm still kind of a little bit conflicted. I've just watched the episode. I haven't had too much time to think about it, about what the whole purpose of them going to the temple is. I guess it's to close it off from the Empire. Let me know in the comment section below. Again, I'm still a little bit hazy about that. And then speaking about Kanan more, I thought it was heartbreaking where Ezra had the choice to actually save Kanan in that moment that he was sacrificing himself, and Ahsoka says, hey, if you try to pull him back, you'll end up getting killed yourself. So it's just this really heart-wrenching moment where it's like his best friend, his mentor is right there for him to save, and he is literally not able to do it. Oh man, that really broke my heart. And then moving over to Sabine, I like how strong of a character she was. It's really demonstrated well in this scene with this creepy old guy, and he wants the information out of her, and she's just like, I'm brilliant and you're pretty much a dummy. And I just love how she's just so brilliant, so smart with figuring out what's going on with the art. Really great arc for her character all the way around. And seeing Palpatine in that other plane of existence when he's trying to get to Ezra, he's trying to get to Ahsoka, and he's using that kind of weird goblet of fire type thing, which was seen in the last episode of the Clone Wars, believe it or not. So I like that continuity, and it's just the voice acting from Ian McDiarmid, the Emperor himself. It was incredible. I loved that performance. It was awesome. And I didn't even talk about the Mortis connections, which have huge ramifications in this episode. So Mortis, if you're not familiar with the Clone Wars arc, there was a 3-episode arc in the Clone Wars where Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Anakin get stranded on this planet where they have the people, you know, depicted on this portrait in Rebels. You have the daughter, you have the father, and you have the son. The son is pretty much evil. The daughter is good, and the father's pretty much a cross between both, I guess you can say, for balance. And well, in this last part of the episode, Ezra is touching the son to close the portal, and the son is evil, so, and he kind of collapses, right? I'm thinking that might have had something to do with Ezra at the end of the episode now. Will he turn evil or something? I don't know. Dark side? I mean, he was going that way in the beginning of season 3, and he kind of turned good at this point. I really don't know, and I cannot wait to watch the finale for that reveal or whatever might happen. And once again, Kevin Kiner kills it with the music. Amazing job once again. So next week we have the series finale. We have episode 14, A Fool's Hope, as well as episode 15, split up into 2 parts, which is Family Reunion and Farewell. So I can't wait. I can't believe the ending is this close. Guys, let's talk about tonight's 2 episodes. Tell me about all your theories and all your speculation for the finale. Let's talk about it all in that comment section below. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I have plenty of other Star Wars content that I release on a weekly basis, so if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me a lot, and you'll never miss another video in the future. My name's Starrapter. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.